Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Real Estate Matters with Lightway Homes. As usual, I am Tracy, and as usual, I have the managing director of Lightway Homes in the person of the inestimable, valuable Mrs. Fumi Adesoya.
Nice to be here. Hello everyone, nice to see you here again. Thank you so much, Tracy.
Sure. So today, our topic for today is another interesting topic that I'm sure as soon as you hear the word, you will know that this one is a gang topic in the real estate industry. I mean, it has caused uproar on social media, And the topic is no land or property allocation. What is the possible reason for this? Like, what causes it? So today, Mrs. Fumi Adesoya will be letting us know what causes people to not have their land or property allocated to them, and what they can do to avoid this, happening to them. Maybe if they want to buy the next property or the next, real estate investment, what they can do to avoid not being allocated their property. Over to you, Ma.
All right. So, just like you said, not getting allocation could be caused by a lot of reasons.
Okay.
Which some of them are like natural things that happen that can be avoided. You understand? Let's say land acquisition issues. When a company or a particular person, when you're acquiring your property, make sure there are no issues. The issue can be unresolved ownership issue from all this money-led to the
money-led again makes it to this
yes,
episode.
So one needs to be very, very careful when it comes to that. Another thing will be infrastructure development. When you're acquiring a property from a real estate firm, there should be a layout.
Okay.
This is where the road will be. These are where the plot will be. This is where the mall or any other thing should be on the layout. So if there's no layout, there can't be allocation. You understand? And when there's no clearing, if you buy a property, you didn't clear, there was no layout, how will you allocate? So that has to be taken care of when you are acquiring. You have all the right to ask questions.
Yes, I mean, it's your
when
money.
You're buying, it's your money. You can ask questions. Can I see the layout? What's the plan? What does the estate has in stock? And that's why you see some estate flyers. They will list amenities that they're going to provide
right.
when you buy it. So in that, you already know, okay, this one, they know what they're doing. There's going to be road, there's going to be infrastructure, drainage system, perimeter. All these things are supposed to be taken care of. But when you don't have this, then there's a problem. Because how can you get allocation when they have not even cleared the site or there is no layout?
Okay, speaking of allocation, it just dawned on me that some people might not know what allocation means.
Let me quickly brief that. When you talked about land allocation, it means allotting your land, a particular piece that you bought to you.
Officially.
So after paying for the land, you have the right to get allocation. So allocation is where they measure what you bought. It can be in 500 square meters, 300, full plot, more, even 1,000, depending on where you are buying it and for the reason that you bought it. So that's allocation. After buying, there should be a physical allocation.
Yes.
So that's what allocation means. And we are talking about why is it that some complaints or some real estate firm don't allocate as a well due.
Yes.
And which we are saying is wrong. So another one can be environmental or legal issues.
Reason that you might not get allocated the property.
So when there are some legal issue on a particular estate, then allocation might be very difficult. So legal issue can be, or environmental issue can be, where the land is located. What are the government policies around that, concerning that area, that can make them or affect them not to do allocation? All those things, if it's not well taken care of, allocation might take forever. Another one important reason that always happen or that has been happening in estate is overselling. When a particular company oversells a particular portion of land, allocation is a problem. So they're giving allocation.
How do you measure? Oh God.
People can be lucky. They've done adverts and people are buying, and you keep selling what you don't have.
That's
Let's say you have 10 acres, and once you finish selling 10 acres,
you should close
sales. So when people oversell, at the end of the day, they will now start looking for maybe a plot 2 or another estate. You understand? They will now say phase 1, phase 2. So if there is no phase 2 available, then you should stop selling. So when people oversell and they are looking for allocation, there won't be allocation. So the issue will be, we have paid for so long. Why you not allocate? And as at that time, the company know that allocation can't be possible because there is no land to be allocated. Then another one can be changing government policies or regulations. You know, we have been hearing some story that government will just wake up to go and demolish some places, and yet you have CFO. In such situation, they will do compensation, but not in all situation. In a situation whereby there is a map or a layout plan for that particular environment, and you will go and say, we are doing paperwork to make sure that you take some of those paperwork don't work out at the end of the day. One needs to be very, very careful. Then another one can be all these unresolved conflicts between the company and maybe the landowners. You understand, the community or the family that sold the property. So if there's an unresolved issue, that's when you see that on the day of allocation, all this money
they will just come and storm the place and
people and make them so scared about that environment. Some will not even come back. Because when you see people, if you see this money in their true color, when they want to look for trouble,
and their
you will not even want to go there. So some of these things, a company needs to take care of all these things, and that's why we always encourage fence your property round. When a property is fenced, it's hard for them to encroach. And another one that we can say is when a company has too much engagement. You have property here, you have property here, and you're not even taking care of managing them well. At the end of the day, people will just be complaining and no allocation, and because you now focus your energy on maybe this one is the one selling and you forget about the one, abandon that other one. It becomes a problem. It becomes a problem. So all these things has to be taken care of to make sure that you don't fall a victim. Then the question will be, what can you do?
Yes.
I think that's the next question.
To avoid not being allocated.
So some of those things you can do that we've already talked about here. Due diligence.
Yes.
When you want to buy your property, please don't just go because I like the area and I want to pay. No. Maybe you give me allocation.
Please for inspection,
be sure that there's no government encroachment on that land. There's no money issues. Then the company is already registered and they have all the layouts, all the plans that they have for your estate. And you have the right to also ask questions. If I'm buying today or I'm paying outrightly, when are you allocating?
Yes.
What if you don't allocate us at this time? What should I do?
Yes.
Do you understand? Then when you allocate to, what are the things you're supposed to do? Okay, let's say the company has given you allocation. There are also things you need to do. Maybe if you're buying for immediate use, you have to start using it. Not that you leave all the responsibility for the company and they be the one to start running a task. So once you get your allocation, please do something on your land.
Yes.
Encourage people.
It's always like that's the normal thing usually.
Please, and if you are buying for investment purposes or speculative reasons, let them know. There will be a particular place they will give you. Then when you get to a particular estate and you notice it's just bush, and they don't have plan, please be careful to buy. I'm not saying you should not invest in bush. It's very important. But the company should have a policy or plan for that particular place. When are they doing perimeter fencing? Where's the layout? What are the documents backing that particular property? Have they done survey? Have they done every other thing? Did they promise you CFO? Is it in progress? Have they launched it? Have they lodged it in at the government survey, housing, all those things have to be taken care of. Be sure before you make commitment, so that at the end of the day, you will not have a reason to cry and
that
say
you're not allocated.
You're not allocated. So sometimes you see the problem coming and you still face it. Please don't be too fast to make a property decision. Make sure you do your due diligence. Sometimes you can even involve your lawyer.
Oh yeah, property lawyers especially.
Involve them, let them do everything. If you're not here, maybe you're in diaspora, you don't have the time. You're even here, you don't have the time. Your lawyer will go there, do the search, and be sure that this thing is duly registered in the company's name.
Yes.
Not in individual name, and at the end of the day,
The
it's
individual
Mr. Lagbaja that owns it, and the company is the one selling. And in the future, such can have a problem.
Conflict.
So, like I also said, to ask questions. You have the free right to ask any question when you are buying. This is your hard-earned money. So, if you are committing it to a particular company, they should also be ready to do the right thing.
They have the
at the right
responsibility
time
to do right by you.
So I think that will be all for me.
So now we have come to the end of this particular topic on allocation. So you have to agree with me that you learned something new today. You can't tell me that you did not learn something new today. Even I learned something new today.
Yeah.
So, now that you've heard, the points, please keep it in mind. If you have somebody who is about to buy property, you see, this page is free. We're not charging for you to watch videos here. Come and watch videos and learn about property acquisition. We don't just want to sell to you. We also want you to know things about real estate, right? That is why we are having these episodes on real estate matters with Lightway Homes. And now that we've come to the end of this episode, we hope that you enjoyed this episode. Please subscribe to our channel. Share this channel to your friends and colleagues. Even your enemies. Share to them. Okay. And until we come your way next time, please do take care of yourself and remain blessed. Bye.
Thank you.